I just can't understand why mankind is so at odds with its own well-being, Merlin. Why in the world are we so inclined to harm ourselves and our beautiful Earth? It doesn't feel good.
It boggles the goggles, Arthur. Humanity has gone mad and is in need of making great changes in the way they live.
What kind of changes?
As of this moment, humanity needs to stop fouling the air they breathe, stop dumping the wastes into the waters they drink, cook, and wash themselves with, stop depleting the nutrients in the soils that grow their foods, stop wasting their precious resources, stop burning the forest, stop killing the animals, stop splicing the genes, stop making weapons, stop artificial intelligence before it stops you, stop voluntarily poisoning themselves and their beautiful Earth Mother, who wants only to be happy, live in comfort, and be free from the yoke of man's careless transgressions.
That's a tall order, Merlin.
Indeed it is, laddie. You see, a major cleansing needs to take place. The Earth Mother can no longer permit the destruction of so many of her living, breathing friends who look to her for their nourishment and their love. Her plants and animals need to return to the joyous existence they deserve, and so they shall. A selfish few men and women shall no longer continue to spoil her environment for the sake of their own comforts and profits. Mark these words, my boy. The day is coming when no one being shall have pain because another is giving himself or herself pleasure. Mankind has lost sight of this simple equation. However, Mother Earth has not. And if humanity continues to permit some people to give themselves pleasure at the expense of another's pain and suffering, she will make things right in her own way.
Again, that's a huge undertaking, Merlin. How can humanity possibly stop all these things and clean up their messes before some kind of catastrophe happens?
All things are possible, Arthur. However, if mankind doesn't wake up and give up its harmful, uncaring ways soon, then she will put a stop to it all before it goes too far. Mother Nature will never allow these latest transgressions to go on indefinitely.
That means we'd better do something fast. But what?
Humanity needs to learn to care, Arthur. You see, humanity has been taught many skills in their schools and educational programs, but they were not taught how to care for someone or something as if it were a part of themselves.
That's right, Merlin. We were never taught how to care. We're being taught a lot of things, but it's rare when someone teaches us how to really care for each other or how to care for anything. They teach us how to fight and work and struggle and pay and do as we're told, but we're not being taught how to care about someone or something so it not only survives, but it thrives.
Exactly. And that's the whole problem, laddie. Fortunately, there's a sequence you can follow if you truly decide to learn to care about people and things.
A sequence. What sequence, Merlin?
You start with plants, Arthur. You start by getting a plant, any plant, and you feed and water and help it so that it's getting everything it needs to thrive and live as happily and healthfully as possible. When you can do that, you can go on to learning how to care for an animal.
I don't understand.
Well, my boy, you start with a plant because plants don't move around or complain.
Oh, so animals and people are not as easy because they don't hold still like plants. They'll walk away if we don't treat them well.
Precisely, Arthur. So then, once you've mastered the art of maxing out a simple plant, you can go on to caring for a pet or an animal. Once the animal is living to its fullest potential, then you can go on to people. You'll never be able to care for a fellow human being if you can't keep a plant or an animal alive and thriving. Making sense?
I think so. So that's the sequence. We start with plants, then animals, then people. Then what?
Then you can go on to learn how to care for your Mother Earth, for she is your home while you're here having this human experience, laddie. And when you learn to feed and water and nurture all her beautiful life forms successfully, then you can begin to clean her up and care for her.
But how, Merlin?
You simply love her as you'd love yourself, my boy. Now that you've seen how your plants and animals and fellow travelers have blossomed when you cared for them, you can do the same things for your Mother Earth. And here's the good news. She will love you back. You see, Arthur, you could call her your mother, as indeed she is. However, more appropriately, she could be called your lover, for she loves you to the breadth and depth of her soul. Even though mankind in general does not love her in return, she loves you. Even though humanity does not realize that she is a living, breathing, intelligent creature longing to enjoy her life to the fullest, she loves you. And even though she is needing to heal the wounds inflicted upon her body by humanity, she still loves you. She is your mother who loves you and wants only for you to be happy and healthy. And as you care for her, she will, in turn, begin to care for you and provide you with all her grace and abundance.
That's wonderful, Merlin. It gives me hope for the future. We only need to learn to care. But one thing, do we always have to go through the sequence you described? It seems like it could take a long time.
Good question, laddie. Yes, in fact, there is a shortcut for those who prefer the fast track and want to make a difference right away.
A shortcut? What's that?
You can bypass the sequence, or better yet, you can be doing the sequence at the same time that you're doing the shortcut, if you like.
Okay, but what is the shortcut?
You engage the shortcut simply by helping the next person you see who really needs help. You love and care for whoever is in front of you, Arthur.
And what will that do?
It will teach you one of the greatest lessons of life, laddie. It will teach you that caring awakens your good feelings. Like we said earlier, when people don't care for themselves or anything else, it doesn't feel good. Your lives become dull and chaotic. You feel constricted, like something is missing in your life. And what's missing is love. However, just as soon as you begin to care for someone else, something magical happens. The caring you provided for another comes back to you. Your love blossoms and your feelings open up again.
Wow, that's really good to know. As we help Mother Earth, she will help us. It's no more complicated than that.
You've got it now, laddie. You see, Mother Earth is currently moving into a higher rate of vibration. Her destiny is to become a sun and shine like a star. Those who continue to pollute her environment, or who choose to remain in judgment or conflict, are holding her back and disrupting the forward thrust of her evolution. As a result, anyone who does not learn to love her and does not welcome the dawn of a new day dedicated to peace and goodwill among all humankind is going to be in for a shock. On the other hand, those who care for the earth and who are able to carry the new higher frequency of love will surely graduate into the light of a new way of life. Know this, Arthur, even as you struggle in these, the darkest of your hours, your loving perseverance shall be rewarded, and a joy unsurpassed awaits.